Hi everyone, I'm Gaurav Pandey, your mentor, your Gaurav Bhaiya. And in today's video, we'll talk about a lot of statement that has been given by top tech leaders. First thing, I'll show you a few newses, few statements that has been given by the multiple entrepreneurs or multiple AI tech leaders. Right, so they are claiming like AI will replace the engineers or something. So I'll show you one by one newses. Look at this. Few months before, one bold and one biggest statement came from the Mark Zuckerberg. He was mentioning AI will replace mid-level engineers soon. So yeah, then what we should do? Should we go to the Himalayas or something? Build tapasya. Uh, Now the next statement I'll show you here. Now few people are also saying like there are a lot of consequences of using AI, and a lot of challenges are available. Like AI has an environmental problem. So you can see this whole article available on the internet, and you'll figure out what are the challenges, what are the benefits we are getting from the AI. The another news is that organizations are addressing more Gen AI related risk. And the last statement that I want to show you, maybe probably it's of 8th April, when Okta's CEO says AI won't replace software engineers despite other tech leaders' prediction. So we'll also understand how much truth is there. Will it replace or not? Right? And if it cannot replace, then what are the challenges? I'll tell you 3 to 4 bugs or the problem that AI has. Right? And they will always exist. These problems will always exist, probably. Right? That's why it's hard to say that AI will replace the engineers completely. That is completely myth. I don't think so that this is going to be happen, because people are making these statements. I just want to say one thing, bro. Just write a code, like don't write the code, just use the AI and create a complete application that is scalable on the worldwide level. Right, that is scalable. You don't create a simple application, create a complete complex application that should run on the global level, and there is no human engineer, only the AI. Trust me, the answer will be no, because that is not possible. You try by your end, just try to use ChatGPT or something or any kind of AI and create a complete application, a complete development or website, and then run it on the global level. You'll see that things are not working that efficient that human can create. Right? That is a true. So I'll tell you few important factors that AI has a problem. So we'll go to the slides and we'll understand one by one. The one thing is the logical errors. And logical, where somebody needs this brain. When somebody has a brain, only then you can write a logic. Right? So AI has a brain. Is it true? AI has a brain. Is it true? It's being trained on the data. That is the thing only, right? So it's not thinking its own way. Probably in future that is possible, but not right now. Not right now, right? Not in the few years. Not this is not coming in the recent years. So the thing is that logical errors. So I'll tell you one example. That example was, I guess it's been a year when I and my students were trying to solve few ICPC questions using the ChatGPT, and trust me, we did zero using AI. By ourselves, we did. We solved few questions, but not all. But with the help of AI, we solved zero. We solved zero. That was the truth. That was the truth. Because AI is good on the something which is already written, but not on something which is completely new, right? So again, when you'll see that a lot of logical errors will be there, and again, yeah, previously the development was happening like somebody was writing a code. Okay, so this is a software engineers team, and this team has created a software. So that time, this was going to the testing team. They were testing it. They were testing it. So that time, the problem was that they will raise a, the problem, the challenges. That was fine. So this development, let's suppose, takes a time of 10 days to develop something, and then again testing team says something like there are 3 to 4 improvements, and then again it comes back to the development team, and they resolve that error, and now Jira ticket has been closed. Now the thing is that, what happening nowadays, if you write a complete code using AI, you'll take hardly 1 day. You'll hardly take 1 day to create that whole application, but you'll take next 30 days to launch it. Why? There will be that much of errors. There will be that much of errors. So this is what happening with the AI in current time, because this can write code. AI can help you in generating the template. AI can help you like something which is not logical. Let's suppose that is not a pretty much logical. For example, just generating a CSS or generating a few HTML structures. Right? So that is possible. But when it comes to the like server optimization, where it comes to like you want to reduce the query time, that time you need humans. because they can only understand the complex business requirement. And the another thing is that why the logical errors exist in the programs when we write with the help of AI. The important thing comes from a very very important perspective, that what happens generally when we want to create a software. Basically, there will be multiple teams. Okay, multiple teams. So let's suppose there is a one team which gathers the requirement from the client. Okay, so gathering part where human is using its own brain, they're gathering the requirement carefully, right? And then it's being documented. Then it comes to the like product team. They design something, some kind of structure or some kind of application. It should look like this, some kind of UI, right? And then when they have a perfect UI, only then engineers come. So basically, coding is just only one part of the software development cycle, right? The rest part is multiple parts are available there. The product designing, again, the gathering the requirements, converting to documents, using the testing team, right? And then again, adjusting like what are the errors, works, fixing the things. So that is also the important part of the development cycle itself, right? So again, remember when it comes to that, this AI will going to end our careers. Probably that is not true, because again, scalability is a very bigger problem in AI. When you write an application, it's become hard to scale it if it's written with the help of AI only, because you have a smaller view as of now in your brain, and you're prompting to the AI that write the code, and you're merging it. But only you can do this if you have a very good understanding of the code, right? So you're doing this. But what will happen when this becomes a very scalable, like this becomes a very large community, a lot of people are using it, then you'll see that the logic you have written is not optimized very much. The particular query is taking a lot of time, right? So then this time you won't be able to handle a lot of set of users. So this is the biggest problem in the current time. If you'll generate the code, trust me, you cannot make it a global completely. If a whole application has been created with the help of AI generated code only, this will not be a globally scalable. Why? Because every point, every time you'll have a new requirement, right? So that time AI does not have understanding. AI will not go through all the process that you have done in the past few years, right? So you won't have a very good solution of that as well. So that's why human intervention is very very important in the development cycle. Now, when it comes to the third problem, security challenge, one of the biggest issue with the AI generated code, it's not secured properly. How? Let's suppose you're building an authentication system, right? There you want to handle like the password encryption with the help of async or JWT or some kind of thing. But what did in AI, that you generated a lot of code, but that code sounds to be pretty good. I'll tell you also a real story. So let's suppose that code sounds very real, very nice, like it's well organized and looks very genuine code. So you'll embed in your systems without checking it completely. Because if you had that level of knowledge, that time you don't need that AI, right? But if somebody is saying like that this code has been generated, we don't need a human review. We don't need a human review. So there is a possibility that this will give you the code which is not secured. So as of now, you feel like this is working properly, but what will happen in future when somebody will come and hack it, right? That time somebody will say like there was somebody like a cool, right? So now cool thing happens here. So now the security, like people, AI generated code have a very higher chance of SQL injections, multiple cyber attacks, and they are not very secured codes. Like security, they try AI anyhow, try its best, but they are not that capable as human, because human has a lot of perspective in their brain to know the things, right? That's why we need a team. So at the end I'll tell you, yeah, the important thing is that anyhow AI generated has code has a lot of problems. And also, I'm just still talking about the tech. Even I'm just handling assessment team in the adda right now nowadays, but previously I used to do development and then mentoring. So I've seen that a lot of people create assessment with them, and when I review them, I see a lot of errors available in the code that has been generated from the AI. Because the thing is that AI does not understand that level of complexity, that level of need which somebody needs. And that's why it just generate the code, not does not maintain the accurate difficulty level. Because difficulty level, like for in terms of AI does not understand the difficulty level. It just understand like some like there is a complex logic, so that is a difficulty level. Difficulty level comes on the set of the audience, the level of knowledge they have, right? The level of people are catering. That knowledge, that understanding comes from a human intervention by observing, right? Only then you'll create accordingly, you'll create the assessment, you'll write the code or something, right? So that's why AI generated code can help in repetitive tasks, but that could also need a human review, which means that I heard of that AI, like Google hired a lot of people in AI team, and now these people are on the leave for from around a 1 year. They are sitting on desk. So around 1 year, Google is just paying salary because of this AI trend. They think like in future they will have a requirement and they'll use them. But why they haven't fired the engineers? Right? If they could have fired all the engineers, they could use directly the AI, because it's in development phase. This can help you, but it needs human. Right? It needs human. Automatically, it will not give you a complete application. So that is true only. And the last important thing, which for all of you guys, those are learning nowadays, those are learning the coding, those are learning the development. The thing like there are tools that we can do, copy and paste, and we can create an application. There is no need of learning the things. I was taking an interview. That guy from IIT, I don't remember his name, and also if I could have remember, I will not reveal it here. But he was guy like I was asking few questions. I just simply asked like what is iframes in HTML. So what was the answer? The shocking answer was that, sir, I do not write HTML code. I generate from the AI. So I said, very nice. Welcome to the team. Pack your bags and go. Not like that, but I just said I was just silent. I was listening him. I was saying like, wow, great. What a great learning. You can generate code from the AI and you want a like SD1 role. So I was thinking like, okay, go ahead, no worries. Right. And anyhow I had to reject him. Right. So the thing is that even if you are a developer, even if you're an engineer, try to use your own brain. And if you're generating the code from the AI, review it thoroughly. It can have potential errors. It can have potential errors. And those errors can lead a lot of problems. Just last one story. In previous organization, one friend of mine was telling one story that what happened is that suddenly the whole database that we had, around 30 to 40% database was corrupted. And why? Because somebody had just took the code from the GPT and pasted, and that code was look very genuine. Looking was very genuine. So what the CTO did that she approved when that code went to the production, and after 3 to 4 days we got to know that we are getting the wrong details. And why? Because that particular code has changed a lot of document available in the MongoDB database. So that was a bigger problem. Anyhow, the CTO was very smart. She had a backup. So after that, they again replaced the that percent of the database, and again they fixed everything. And because that was not really that large software that could impact a lot of people, but still that impact around thousands of people. So a lot of problems can be in AI generated code. If you are a software engineer, I highly suggest that just do not blindly trust on it. If you're writing a code, just review it thoroughly. And if you can only review when you are very good in programming, very good in understanding in terms of logic. So you can take a help, but you are the supreme. So AI, what is AI? AI, what role it will play in future? For me, AI is just a tool, nothing more than that. Just a tool. So this may help you to fast up your productivity. This may help you to speed up your coding practices, but this will not replace you directly, right? So there is a possibility that hirings will be slower, that because people are now able to produce more work, but anyhow requirement is being increased, and that's why you can see nowadays a lot of jobs opportunities are not coming. The thing can be like also the requirement and the market challenges. So market is facing recession, and in terms of economics, you can see the economics of the country how it's downgrading, right? That can be a challenge. But if you're very smart with coding, if you're very smart with logical understanding, nobody is coming to replace you, even with the AI. Okay, so AI will be your friend, not your replacement, right? So AI can be a tool, not your master, right? And don't worry, we don't have to go to the Himalaya, right? कि भाई अपन तपस्या करेंगे, AI is coming, right? AI will rule. So that is not going to happen. And even now, the last suggestion for the learners who are learning, that use AI for learning, not use AI for creating. Because if you'll do creation today, that tomorrow you'll regret when that same AI will give you potential errors. Right? So decision is yours. Think carefully and take your decision wisely. So in the next video, till then, take care, bye bye, and subscribe the channel for further updates and further notifications on hiring updates and multiple things. Bye bye to all.